Hello, I'm Daniel, and welcome to the Emunah Project. We here at the Emunah Project are continuing in our series of videos with respect to inspiration, guidance, advice, and I recently did a video with respect to what's sometimes called as the doom and gloom prophets. These are prophets who in the course of their prophecies predict that if the Jewish people do not smarten up, do not follow the ways of God, stop going after other gods, stop behaving immorally, a horrible fate will befall them. And I cannot help but be reminded in a passage of Isaiah, chapter 41, verse 14, where the prophet refers to the Jewish people as worms. It says, you worm, Jacob, you little men of Israel. And God is saying, you know, you're tiny, you're worthless, but I will help you, I will redeem you, I will save you. And being compared to a worm doesn't really sound like much of a compliment, does it? But we sometimes, perhaps not enough, view ourselves as lowly and unworthy and weak. And God sometimes, often, likes this lack of arrogance on our part when we come to Him, and we're humble. And it was the Dubner Maggid, when speaking of worms and comparing Israel to worms, the Jewish people to worms, he said, "What is the strength and power of a worm? It's boneless. It's weak. It's other animals feed on it. It's completely defenseless. So what's its power? Its power is in its mouth. A worm can chew through a piece of wood. It can go through the earth that it would take men shovels and a lot of effort to go through. So too the Jewish people, with our mouths." With prayer, with supplications, with putting ourselves before God, with words of praise, with words of thanks. That's our power. That's our strength. You would think that, oh, well, you know, these worms, they're not much. Other peoples are like lions and tigers and bears, and we should be like them. We should get armor and weapons and be strong, physically strong and mighty. That is not what God admires. God admires strength of heart, strength of spirit, strength of resolution. That is our power, the power of our lips, the power of our tongues. That is our strength before God. One more comparison with worms. The strength of worms is in their number. One worm by itself, you know, a robin will come by, any animal will come by, and it's finished. But when you have 1,000 worms, 10,000, 100,000, 1,000,000 worms, they could cut down entire forests. They can pulverize mountains. So too the Jewish people, with our strength, when we unify, when the Jewish people are one, and we turn ourselves to God, and we pray toward God as a people, as one, when we set aside our differences, political difference, religious difference, Reform, Orthodox, conservative, liberal, when the Jewish people unite as one in prayer, our strength is immeasurable. The force, the spiritual force, is unstoppable. We're going to be doing more videos along these lines. Please come back, please watch, please learn. And I hope you're enjoying them, because I enjoy making them. And until next time, on behalf of the Emunah Project, I'm Daniel, and thank you so much.